Yeah, man! And welcome to Frick Predicts, the NFL playoffs for the 2024-2025 season. I've seen a few requests for this, and I figured it would be a nice first video in the fresh new office. So today, I'll give my predictions for the entire NFL playoff run, from the wild card to the Super Bowl. We'll start with the AFC. First up is the Chargers at Texans. Now, Houston was a team that kind of disappointed this year, but they still do have a lot of talent. However, I think LA is more built to win this game, with a good defense and a coach who can win in the playoffs. Give me the Chargers. Steelers at Ravens. This is one of the easiest picks for me. It's the Ravens all day. They're just a much more imposing team than their division rivals, who by comparison are very uninspiring. MVP frontrunner Lamar Jackson versus a washed Russell Wilson. I'll take Baltimore and Baltimore. Give me the Ravens. Broncos at Bills. This is another easy one for me, although I think it could be a close game. I'm taking Buffalo here, man. Led by Josh Allen, I think the Bills are poised for a deep run. Bo Nix, as good as he's been, is a rookie at the end of the day. Denver's future looks bright, but their outlook for this game doesn't. Give me the Bills. Moving on to the NFC side of things, we've got my Vikings at the Rams. Minnesota is the first 14-win team to not have a home game. However, it turns out that the Rams won't get that home game either, as the Wildfires have forced the game to relocate to Arizona. This game is probably going to come down to how Sam Darnold plays. Will he play like he did most of the season, or will he do his Drew Aller impression again? Personally, I like him to bounce back here. Darnold's typically played well in games following poor performances. The Rams were one of two teams to beat Minnesota this year, so I think the Vikings will take this game very seriously. The Rams have been a quietly hot team to end the season, and you can never count McVay and Stafford out. But ultimately, I do think the talent of the Vikings wins out. KOC beats his mentor, and Minnesota avoids embarrassment for the time being. I'm hesitant to say it, but give me the Vikings. Commanders at Buccaneers. I think this could be a very good game. The Commanders have been a pleasant surprise this year with rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels. This is a very young team though, whereas the Bucs have been in this situation before. I think they'll likely be more ready for this game, and honestly, I think Tampa Bay could be a dark horse candidate to make a deep run. Baker Mayfield might be the hottest quarterback on the NFC side of things right now. I think he's that guy, and he's about to go slam it. Give me the Bucs. Packers at Eagles. I believe this was the first game of the season, and I expect it to be a hard-fought one. Both of these teams will want to run the ball, but I think the Eagles will have more success. With a week of rest, Barkley is going to carry this team to the next round. Give me the Eagles. On to the divisional round, we have the Ravens at Bills. This is going to be a great game. Two tremendous quarterbacks and two fantastic teams. Obviously, this one could go either way, but to me there is one major difference. Lamar Jackson has really struggled in the playoffs, whereas Allen has been pretty dominant. I do think both will play well in this game though, but ultimately I do think it is Josh Allen who wills his team to victory, especially in Buffalo. Give me the Bills. Chargers at Chiefs. LA has come close to beating Kansas City this year, and I really wouldn't be surprised if they pulled off a major upset here. However, it's the playoffs, and I don't think it'd be wise to pick against the Chiefs here at home, with their black magic and coming off a bye. Give me the Chiefs. Vikings at Lions. This is the one, man. Can the Vikings finally take down their divisional rival? Well, I think this game will be much more like the first matchup between these teams, where it was decided by a field goal. Again, I think it comes down to Darnold here, and if that boy starts seeing ghosts again. Personally, I think he probably does, at least maybe a specter or two, enough to lose this game. Knowing Minnesota, I imagine he plays well enough to earn a new contract, but not well enough to really earn that next level of confidence. These are two of the best rosters and coaching staffs in the NFL, so I don't think Minnesota gets outplayed or outcoached, but I do think they might get outdicked. In the playoffs, you don't need just a big arm, you need a big dick, and despite having a grandfather named Dick Hammer, Darnold has shown a tendency to shrivel up in these moments. I think this is going to be decided by like a pick six or something stupid like that. I'd love to be wrong here. Nothing would be better than to beat Detroit in Detroit in the year they're supposed to win everything, and they're getting glazed to hell and back. But as a Vikings fan, I don't think I can pick the Vikings. Give me the Lions. God. Bucks at Eagles. This will be another fine game. that I could see going either way. Both of these teams are experienced. Philly might be the more talented of the two. However, like I said earlier, I like the Bucks here to make a surprise run. Baker is baking right now, and every year there is a less hyped team that seems to make a push. I'm not saying that the Eagles are overrated, but I just have a good feeling about Tampa, and I think they might be that surprise team. I could be completely wrong here, but I want to make it interesting. It'd be boring if I keep picking the favorited teams. Give me the Bucks. On to the championship games. We first have the Bills at Chiefs. I like the Bills here, man. In fact, I think there's a chance that they completely dick slap the Chiefs. I think they're hungry, and they're playing with confidence. Mahomes and the Chiefs haven't been as great as their record would indicate, and they get exposed here, as Buffalo makes swift work of the team that has stood in their way for years. Give me the Bills. Bucks at Lions. This I think will be a closer game, but unfortunately I do think this is where the Bucks' Cinderella run ends. It seems inevitable that the Lions at least reach the Super Bowl, and I think the team just ends up being too much for Tampa, and Detroit controls this game and takes things over by the end of it. Give me the Lions. Alright, Super Bowl 59, Bills versus Lions. The matchup everybody wants. Two teams without a Super Bowl, and for one of them, that's finna to change. This will be a dick measuring contest. It will be a shootout and decided by a couple of plays. Ultimately, I think Dan Campbell becomes over-aggressive and overextends his dick. You have to learn to reel it back in at times. I think that's a lesson that will have to be learned. Not to sound like a glazer, but I think at the end of the day, Josh Allen just wills this team to victory. All season, I've had a feeling this is the Bills' year. My prediction is that this is a game for the ages, but the Buffalo Bills take home Super Bowl 59, defeating the Detroit Lions 38-34, winning their first ever Lombardi and breaking their curse, and keeping those dirty ass Lions at bay for another year. Please God, let it be so. So there you have it, mains. My NFL playoff predictions for this season. Let me know what you think of my choices. Let me know who you think will win and who you're rooting for. Until next time, stay nifty. Skull, man!